Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words to give you some things to think about and feel about during the day today. Oh, got to get my new fixative. No, they're my teeth. So, waiting for some of you to pop on and we'll have a conversation about Eagle Medicine. That is our card for today, Eagle Medicine. And as I read the narrative in the card, I was like, wow, wonder what else will come to me to say about this particular card. There's a phrase in there, or two words. Good morning, Catherine. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Barb. Welcome. Rarified view. Rarified view. And I'm thinking that that's going to be kind of a guiding light this morning. Good morning, Jonelle. Welcome. Glad you're here. So my little counter still says, oh, now it popped to 2, but I've said hi to 3 of you. So yeah, that must be the new math. Anywho, looking forward to sharing this card with you because I think it will do that. Give us a rarefied view. Give us a different perspective. Yes, absolutely. And I have my little list sitting here. So I was waiting for everybody to pop on. Good morning, Abigail. Welcome, welcome. Everybody rolling in. This is good. But I think there are 7 of you who have requested the Zoom link for this morning's coffee. So we will be gathering at 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. So if any of you haven't signed up for the coffee and you would like to do virtual coffee with me this morning, just send the word coffee to Bonnie at empowermentandpurpose.com. And I'll add you to the list before we get started this morning. But prior to that, we have a card to digest. We have the Native Spirit deck by Denise Lynn. We've been seeing a lot of Denise Lynn lately, haven't we? And this is her Native Spirit deck. She is of Cherokee descent. And this is interesting that the Native Spirit deck popped up when I had one of those early morning dreams, you know, the really vivid ones. And I had one this morning. And it was an Anishinaabe man, an elder, talking to me about elders. It was an interesting dream. So I think it's no accident. Good morning, Beth. Glad you're here. Are you back from the warmth yet, or are you still basking? There's no accident that I had that dream and this card deck popped up. Hello, Melanie. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's take some breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Letting yourself settle in through the nose, you're back to the cold. Welcome back. In through the nose, out through the mouth. But you did bring some warmth with you. I think we're almost going to make it to 30 today. Almost. And we've got a couple of days that look like they're going to be 30, so that's cool. We're getting close to the freezing point. Yep, well, 3 a.m. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. And it's not as cold as it has been, so hopefully re-entry isn't too harsh. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. Just did a little recap of the coffee group this morning, so if anyone else wants to join us, feel free to send coffee to Bonnie at empowermentandpurpose.com, and I will send you the Zoom link for this morning's coffee. But for now, we have the Native Spirit deck by Denise Lynn, and our card is Eagle Medicine. Perfect for this time of year. Snow-capped mountains, snow-filled mountains. It's more than just the top. Yep. And an eagle soaring. So let's see what it has to tell us. And then I have a few other thoughts I'll throw in as we go. Eagle Medicine. Card meaning: profound connection to the Creator and the heavenly realms. Are you feeling that? Are you feeling a profound connection to the Creator and the heavenly realms? As the eagle soars high above the earth, it has the ability to see things from a higher perspective. We've been talking about that, right? Shifting our perspective. And when we take a higher perspective, we're far less likely to be dragged into the muck and mire that is going on right now. And it really has gone on since the beginning of human existence. We're a mucky, miry kind of group. So taking a higher vantage point can oftentimes give us a very useful perspective as we traverse the 3D world, okay? Courage and stamina are filling your life. Breathe that in. Courage and stamina. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome, welcome. Breathe it in. Courage and stamina. And the more steady we choose to remain, the more steadfast we choose to remain, the easier we're going to find it traversing any difficulties that we face, keeping in mind that opportunities are often disguised as difficulties. Often, often, often. So I was reading a Substack post by someone that I follow, and she was admitting that, good morning, Maureen, glad you're here, and I think someone else just slipped past. Welcome to whomever I just missed. She was talking about her devastation, that's the word I'm going to use, her devastation post-election, and that she was admitting to having driven from her southern state, which is deep red, north to blue states to look for land. That she was going to buy a place in the north so as to be safer. What she realized as she drove around was that there are people who identify with the red, and there are people who identify with the blue, and there are people who don't identify with either, all over the place. All over the place. The government of a particular state may lean one way or the other, but there's a mix of people everywhere. And so she decided instead to go back home and remain close to family and do what she could where she was with what she had. And I think that's a beautiful calling for all of us. What can I do locally to make a difference, to ease everyone's distress, to support those who are very fearful right now? And as I was thinking about what else might I say today, this quote popped up, and I wish I had written down who said it, but it was just this little soundbite that really grabbed me and I think is very relevant for right now. Moving at the pace of guidance. Moving at the pace of guidance. Isn't that cool? Moving at the pace of guidance. Okay, Spirit, where next? Where to next? What next? What would you have me do? How would you have me share my gifts? Okay, universe, what are you calling me to do, to be, to say, etc.? Moving at the pace of guidance. I really like that. Okay, let's keep going. You have the ferocity to right injustice and wrongs done to you and to others. And again, I think we're at that point as we're seeing injustices happening, speaking our truth about that, not keeping quiet, speaking our truth. This is the time to face fear and overcome it. Your native spirit wants you to know, if the Eagle Medicine card has chosen you, you are at the advent of the opportunity to truly see life from a rarefied vantage point. There's that rarefied vantage point. What do you think this particular eagle can see from that perspective? So as we rise above, as we vibrate at a higher level, the view is going to change. The view is going to change. Eagles are considered one of the most sacred of all birds in many tribes and cultures. Their single-minded fierceness, dynamic energy, and ability to soar high are part of the reasons for this. This card reminds you to take heart and face fear. You do indeed have the strength to overcome any adversity. And again, I'm going to say, oftentimes those adversities are opportunities in disguise. Let's see. You also have a direct line to the Creator. Your prayers are heard and will be answered in accordance with your highest good. So hear that part again. Our prayers are answered in accordance with our highest good. Sometimes no is the answer that's in our highest good. Sometimes a different door opening is the answer that's in our highest good. Sometimes having to trek through some pretty gnarly stuff is the answer that's in our highest and best good. Take a breath. Let it go. Again, you do indeed have the strength to overcome any adversity. You have a direct line to the Creator. Your prayers are heard and you will be answered in accordance with your highest good. You have the capacity to channel extraordinary life force energy through your hands. Good morning, Janine. Glad you're here. So we're going to take a moment and we're going to do that. Rub your hands together. I want you to send out some energy. You can specify in your mind where you'd like to see it go. You can just allow it to go wherever it needs to go. That's what I'm going to do right now, is just wherever it needs to go, let it go. And I believe this is an endless loop. There are others sending energy, including all of you right now, and I receive what I need. I'm sending, I'm receiving. So we're these little switching stations, if you want to think about it that way. We send energy out, we receive energy. We don't hoard energy. Hoarding just stagnates everything. Moving things through, moving things on, blessing things on their way, sending this divine energy. Then I want you to rub your hands together once more and place them over your heart, sending yourself divine energy. So it flows through you and to you. Take a breath. Now we're going to do the journey part of this card. And I want to make it a little more guided imagery like. So take a breath. And I want you to imagine yourself an eagle in a tree. It might be a pine, some other kind of conifer. It might be deciduous. Might be a tree further down at the tree line in this image. But you're in a tree. You're an eagle. I want you to feel into that energy, that eagle medicine energy. Feel your talons that are gripping the branch. What does that feel like? Ruffle your feathers a little bit. What does that feel like? Turn your head looking through those eagle eyes. What do you notice? And then when you're ready, I'd like you to lift off from that branch, feeling the power in those wings as they raise you up into a higher vibration, into a place where you have that rarified vantage point, that higher perspective. Breathe into that. Be curious. What do you notice as you soar along from that height? What has become visible that wasn't visible, either when you were sitting on the branch or when you were yourself on the ground? But now you're this eagle soaring through the air, noticing there's much more that's obvious when you're from this perspective, right? So imagine that when you're doing your earth walk, there's much more that's available. There's much more to be seen, to be heard, to be felt, to be appreciated, to be valued. Multiple perspectives endless perspectives. Opening your heart up to try on a lot of those perspectives and notice. And some of those perspectives may feel pretty uncomfortable. If you choose to step into the perspective of someone who has no power, who's pretty disempowered, who's afraid right now, if you choose to connect with that person, that may be painful, that may be uncomfortable, but it's going to give you an interesting perspective, isn't it? And you can also view that from that higher perspective. What do I learn when I take on these different perspectives? How does that help me do my earth walk and do my earth walk well and be of service to myself and to others? Take a breath. And I want you to consider yourself sacred. The same way this eagle is considered sacred in Native culture, and by many others also. I want you to consider yourself a sacred vessel. So on this fine Sunday, as you're moving at the pace of guidance, what would you like to do? Who would you like to be? What would you like to think about? What might you like to journal about? All are available to you. All of those are available to you. So, something's knocking. Let me find it. Courage and stamina are filling your life. You have the ferocity to right injustice and wrongs. Love that. Take a breath. And you don't have to do everything. It's yours to do just what you're called to do, moving at the pace of guidance. So, shortly I will see some of you on our coffee call. The rest of you I will see again tomorrow, hopefully. Have an awesome Sunday. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.